What is money?
Oh, as you know, that's my favorite question.
For politicians, money is power. They always crave more. But because they don't actually produce anything, they've got limited ways to get it.
What's the end purpose of the devaluation of money?
The core to the answer of what it is an understanding of what a cartel is.
Throughout history, this has proven to be the most sought-after monopolistic power of man.
It is the main weapon used by the United States to preserve its power across the world.
They'll accuse the U.S. government of making money out of thin air. Maybe we do, but we're the U.S. government.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
We have to talk about it because the American people think the reason for inflation is government spending more money. Simply not true.
Well, so if the government can print the limited amounts of money out of thin air, why do they collect taxes?
Voters don't like paying higher taxes. They resent it. So over time, most politicians decide it's a lot easier to devalue the currency. You keep the tax rate pretty much the same, you just print more money.
So we believe we live in a democracy. We believe we have rule of law, but money is superordinate to rule of law.
The Federal Reserve, all the central banks of the world have been in a grand money printing experiment, which is basically destroying savers around the world.
And what we need today in the United States of America more than anything is the separation of money and the state.
My fear is that we've gone past this representative republic that we're supposed to be and into this thing that's controlled by money. And the only person that talks about stopping it is Trump, but even he is, people are skeptical about his connections to money.
But isn't the next logical step for you to embrace Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin obviously is decentralized. The government can't get its hands on it.
I can live with it one way or the other. I've always liked one really powerful thing, and that's called the dollar.
Robert asked me on his show, what is money?
What does that mean?
It is the question of our time, Charles.
They're not trying to just change the economy. They're trying to redefine what money is.
But politicians have found it a nuisance to pay their bills using money with integrity.
In the game of money, if you're unaware of how it is being played, then in all likelihood, you are the game being played.
Like, what is money?
Money is economic energy.
Money is a promise, so it's based on trust.
It's a great business to be in, central banking. You print money and people believe it.
One of the greatest thieves in the history of mankind is the central bank.
That's what the Federal Reserve is, a cartel and a partnership between the bankers and the politicians.
We have a monetary system built on theft and deception. It's used to fund warfare.
But it's an ominous power. There is no other power greater than the power over money.
When there's a financial problem, when the granaries are empty, they print money.
Which if any ordinary person did, they'd go to prison for a very long time. And yet governments and central banks do it all the time.
When money ceases to be the tool by which men deal with one another, then men become the tools of men.
The situation is even worse than it seems, because if most Americans and the rest of the world were to become aware of this farce, confidence in your currency would be lost, the dollar would fall, and the Western civilization with it.